Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Sophie.
Office Bloke Aidan.
I'm Gaynor.
Okay, first of all, if you're not subscribed, just give it a little click, will you?
It's not hard.
Otherwise, if you don't by the end of the channel, Sophie disappears.
Bye!
True that, so you better get clicking. You know it makes sense. And we've also got a Patreon channel, haven't we, Sophie?
Yes, we have. It's only $3 a month, which, you know, isn't too much money, hopefully, if you can afford it. We're going to do competitions. We've got block content on there. And we've also got Sophie Saturday Cinema.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's block content, it's actually exclusive content for Patreon. Yeah. So it's stuff that's not going to go out on YouTube.
Yes.
So there's stuff like we've been playing some GeoGuessr. There's some stuff on there. We've actually got, this week we're going to get, what's his name? The white supremacist. Dave Chappelle when he does Bigsby.
Yes.
Clayton Bigsby.
Yes.
So that's going to be on there as well. It's going to be exclusive just to Patreon as well. So hopefully you fancy that. It's Office Bloke Daz down on patreon.com.
Yes, we'll link it below as well.
Yeah, there you go. Have you ever watched Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives?
I love this guy. I used to watch him on the Food Network.
I think it's called Guy Fieri.
Was that meant to be a joke when you say I love this guy?
This guy.
I love this guy, yeah.
Something like the other guy. But it's, he's Guy Fieri's name, and I think he's a chef, pretty well-renowned chef.
That's where I think the only place I've seen him on is a cooking show.
Yeah.
But he's got good personality as well, so he does his show. But anyway, this is the best of them in every state.
What's a dive?
A dive, it's like a greasy spoon.
Yeah.
You don't know what a greasy spoon is. So if you went to a restaurant and it didn't look clean, but it was clean, it's like a dive.
How is that?
Yeah.
Like it hasn't been updated.
Have you ever go in like a little small cafe in like Blackpool?
Yeah.
Where it looks like a proper...
Wow, why Blackpool, man?
Proper shithole.
Well, okay,
But the
we went
food's
to Thailand
amazing.
and we went to like, you know, places that were just like, you know, no floors, just a table. And
it's pretty.
That's
It's places that look pretty crappy but do the best food.
Yes.
Or do the best thing.
Food.
But dive, usually if you got, I mean, we've been to some pubs, Mary D's, dive.
Yeah.
Right? It's a dive.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Flavor Town is everywhere. From Alabama to Wyoming, from barbecue to chicken and waffles to Mexican fare, there are many low-key establishments that serve some of the most delicious food you can imagine. Here are the best restaurants featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives in each state in the US. In the small town of Fairhope, Alabama, you'll find the waterfront restaurant Sunset Point, which caught the attention of Guy Fieri not for its sandwiches, but the restaurant's fresh and delicious seafood creations. Check out the Eastern Shore Bouillabaisse, loaded with Gulf Coast shrimp, mussels, and leeks. While the cookie jar started out as a small bakery, the 30-year-old Alaskan institution in Fairbanks is beloved for so much more than its sweet treats. Guy Fieri fell in love with the prime rib with au jus, but you also can't miss out on the eatery's famous and massive homemade cinnamon rolls. Beside
you know I'm going to get excited when I start seeing food that I miss, that we don't get over here as much. But what was that?
Prime rib.
Prime rib with au jus.
Yeah.
I used to have it every time we go out sort of places in the restaurants. If they had it, some of them made the best in the USA. They were the best in the USA. And au jus like a little real runny gravy, sort of like
it's like watery.
Really?
And you dip your sandwich in it, and it just soaks the sandwich in it, and it's just when I see that, then my mouth starts watering a little bit.
It does every food video we do. We do too many of them for it.
Following Guy Fieri, you've also seen the Paradise Valley Burger Company in Phoenix, Arizona on Man vs. Food, but not in one of those terrible challenges. It was also named the best burger in Arizona by the Travel Channel. Fieri chowed down on the Country Fried Burger and the Booze Burger, but it's also known for its Brulee Burger that's served on a burnt sugar bun. In Little Rock, Arkansas, Root Cafe is committed to sourcing 100% of its meat, eggs, bread, produce, and other ingredients from small local farmers and producers. The restaurant is also involved in a number of local community organizations. Enjoy the old world-style bratwurst or C for a little kick. One of Fieri's favorite spots is a family-owned restaurant in Pescadero called Duarte's Tavern. In an interview with The Street, the Food Network host once praised the James Beard Award-winning restaurant for their garden-grown produce. If you want to chow down like Guy, go for the crab cioppino and a local favorite, the abalone sandwich.
Nice.
Serving up understated, outspoken Chinese street food in Boulder and Denver, Colorado, is the unassuming eatery known as Zo Mama. Guests can get their fill on family recipes such as Mama's pot stickers and Mama's famous chicken noodle soup. Guy Fieri was blown away by the place and praised its offerings, saying, "It's the best fast Asian food I've seen in 10 years.
Anytime you come to California, you cook at my house." Okay, it's a deal. You heard that.
Connecticut is home to some amazing Venezuelan food, thanks to Valencia Luncheria. This restaurant tucked away in Norwalk is run by a passionate and highly seasoned chef, and is known for its wide variety of unique arepas and empanadas, along with a variety of other classic...
What was that, Venezuelan?
Yeah.
What's the one on Burton Road near us? What's it works? Vito.
That is that Venezuelan?
I think it is Venezuelan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Venezuelan.
Yeah. Yeah,
but they do all that sort of same food, don't they?
Yeah, so he's Italian and his wife's Venezuelan.
Yeah, but they lived in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Well, they lived in the USA.
Yeah.
But now he lives near us.
Yeah.
Doing that same route.
But they do all sorts of stuff like that, don't they?
They do, yeah. Yeah, it looks delicious.
Yeah.
Latin American dishes and delicacies. Farmer and the Cow in Wilmington, Delaware has become a local favorite for its fully loaded and very extra gourmet burgers. One of the more beloved menu items, and one that really impressed Guy Fieri, is a burger called That'll Do Pig. You know, like the farmer says in Babe.
That'll do, pig.
Oh, and did we mention that Farmer and the Cow specializes in whiskey and bourbon drinks as well? That'll do, Farmer and the Cow.
You going?
Yep.
After nearly 15 years in business, Seven Bites in Orlando has continued to grow, wowing Floridians and tourists with its home-style food, as well as catching the attention of the press throughout its existence. The eatery's food is made in-house at all times, including the scratch-made chicken pot pie that Fieri highly praised.
It's a great pie, great crust. I have friends that are this flaky.
Today, Fox Brothers is considered an institution in Atlanta, having gained both local accolades and national attention. Specialties to be sure to try out include the chicken fried ribs, served with house-made white barbecue sauce, and the Fox Brothers Burger, which is essentially a chopped brisket sandwich loaded up with the most incredible toppings, including pimento cheese and jalapeno mayonnaise. At Mike's Hooli Chicken, located in a humble yellow food truck, whole birds are brined, coated in spices, and slow roasted in a...
Can I just say as well, like, how much of a promotion this kind of is as well for him?
Yeah.
For all these restaurants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That Fox Brothers in Atlanta, I think I've been in there.
Really?
It looks familiar. The logo and all that. But the best place I went into, it was on like a riverboat somewhere. I'm trying to think where I was. It was with Januso. I think that was Atlanta. But that was like a bit of a iffy area, if you know what I mean. But it was the food was great on the boat.
I love rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, we went to a wedding not long ago, didn't we? It was all rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah.
What does it mean, rotisserie?
It's just being
So
rotated.
it's just rotated until it's cooked.
Until it cooks.
I've
It's
never had
cooking like that, so
rotisserie.
I bet you have.
Yeah, you will.
Maybe have it somewhere.
You would have seen it somewhere. You probably just haven't seen the rotisseries going in the back.
Yeah.
You probably not paid attention to
Yeah,
it.
no, it is
Probably
really
not.
good.
But so we should
delicious,
do reactions to diners, drive-ins, and dives. The show,
Yeah.
right? See how this one goes. And let us know in the comments if we should do a bit more Guy Fieri on his actual show.
Yeah.
A custom oven over local Hawaiian wood. The methods at Mike's Hooli Chicken impressed Fieri so much, they actually inspired him to build his own rotisserie oven at home. Besides their signature chicken, be sure to also try out the char siu pork. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is situated on a scenic lake, and it's home to the long-standing breakfast and lunch spot Jimmy's down the street. The restaurant embodies the exact casual vibe that its name implies, and serves up made-from-scratch comfort food favorites. Standout dishes include the chicken and dumplings and a huge gooey caramel pecan roll. The Chicago-based heavy metal-themed burger joint Kuma's Corner opened its doors in 2005, and since then, it has exploded in popularity for its hardcore sandwich creations. Its infamous Ghost Burger, which is served with a communion wafer, has caused all kinds of uproar, enraging the Catholic Church and inspiring Time magazine to call it one of the most influential burgers of all time. It's no longer a permanent fixture on the menu, but they do bring it back every now and then. Even when it's not available, you really can't go wrong picking anything off the Kuma's menu. The acclaimed Three Sisters Cafe in Indianapolis is serving up unique and tasty culinary creations that have made it one of the most popular breakfast, brunch, and lunch spots in the city for more than 2 decades. Check out specialties like the Guy Fieri-approved lemon corn cakes and French dip-style roast pork sandwiches. From its location just outside downtown Des Moines, Iowa, Flying Mango offers dishes including Memphis-style and baby back ribs. But what really got Guy Fieri's attention was the smoked catfish cakes, alongside cornbread and collard greens. Fieri loved Flying Mango so much he even chose to feature it yet again in his spin-off show Triple D Nation. If you want to dine on some barbecue done right, go to Woodyard Barbecue in Kansas City, Kansas. Be sure to get the ribs, with a unique dry rub that had Fieri saying that they don't even need sauce. Locals are also said to love Woodyard's smoked chicken and the burnt ends sandwich, so much so that you can usually expect a long line of hungry customers on most days. In Louisville, Kentucky, Grill House has become a local favorite, and on its scratch-made menu you can expect comfort food with a twist, like lamb and grits or the chef's take on a cheesy fried bologna sandwich. Both Fieri and celebrity chef guest Damaris Phillips ended their visit to the eatery as huge fans of Grill House. At the time of this video, Grill House is temporarily closed. Hopefully they'll be back in business soon. When you're in New Orleans, don't leave without stopping at Turkey and the Wolf. Guy Fieri absolutely loved the tacos and authenticos, and the collard green melt, which may be the star of the menu. Turkey and the Wolf was named Bon Appetit's #1 best new restaurant in America in 2017, arguably because of that collard green melt, which had the magazine's staff raving. Located on the Maine coast just north of Portsmouth, the Maine Diner is a no-frills, family-owned establishment named for its home state. It has garnered national attention with home-cooked recipes passed down by the owner's grandmother. Make sure to try the Triple D favorites: codfish cakes, seafood chowder, and of course, anything with lobster. Baltimore's Miss Shirley's Cafe has been serving up Southern and soul food classics such as chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits since 2005. Guy Fieri recommends the coconut cream stuffed French toast, but since you'll be in Maryland if you visit, we also highly recommend the crab cake and fried green tomato eggs Benedict.
I was going to say, I don't think you can go Maryland without having a crab cake.
Crab cake, yeah.
Crab cake.
That's what it's famous for, isn't it, Maryland?
Yeah.
Famous for crab?
Maryland crab cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like crab?
Tried it?
A bit salty for me, crab.
Yeah.
Too salty.
I'm not really a fan of stuff with too much salt on it, so.
Is it a texture of cod? Like quite
Yeah, it's not
similar?
much different. It's like a white flaky sort of like
I think it's more
texture.
of texture of shrimp that are cooked.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. It's very similar, but
Yeah.
I think for me it's a bit flavoured. It's just a bit salty for me. Cod. Crab. Yeah.
I like it.
But so far, all good these,
And
aren't
lobster.
they?
The bustling Boston Harbor mainstay Yankee Lobster is run by a family that's been in the fishing business for generations, specifically within the lobster industry. You can stop in the market for freshly made seafood specialties, or buy fresh seafood by the pound to take home. If you're looking for a recommendation for what to order, Guy Fieri raved about the cod cakes. Union Woodshop, located about an hour outside Detroit in Clarkston, is now wowing more than just the locals. Guy Fieri was introduced to this place by none other than Kid Rock, and the Michigan native brought the restaurant national attention. Be sure to try out the porker if you feel like devouring most of a delicious hog. Psycho Susie's has been named one of the best tiki bars in the country by multiple publications. You'll come for their intriguing and somewhat sassy cocktail menu, and stay for the delicious food. In particular, critics and patrons alike love the State Fair Blue Ribbon-winning grain-fed battered cheese curds that Guy Fieri tried. Located in Horn Lake, a city just south of the Mississippi-Tennessee border, the dishes Memphis Barbecue Company serves up are made by world barbecue champion Melissa Cookston, who's been called the winningest woman in barbecue. Guy Fieri went all in on the baby back ribs, praising their flavor and tenderness. Everything on the menu at the Shaved Duck in St. Louis, Missouri looks delicious, with its unique spins on Southern comfort foods. Fieri tried the crispy-skinned smoked duck breast, served with cherry juniper jam, and the host couldn't put it down. He also tackled a plate of the smothered fries, which are piled high with a whole bunch of smoked pork and homemade cheese sauce. When Guy Fieri visited the Storm Castle Cafe in Bozeman, Montana, he experienced the flavor of one of the best things he's ever had on the show, the Po Campo chimichanga, while Fieri also praised what the cafe says is their farm-to-table take on a Monte Cristo. It was the chimichanga that had him saying,
I will come back for this. That's one of the best breakfast dishes I've had in Jewel Day.
Thank you very much.
One of the best, without question. Wow.
Big Mama's Kitchen in Omaha, Nebraska has been putting a whole lot of soul into their soul food for more than 40 years. After starting as a catering company and opening a full-fledged restaurant in 2007, before sadly passing away in 2018, Big Mama appeared on Triple D and wowed Guy Fieri with her oven-fried chicken made with a special rub she learned from her grandmother. When in Vegas, you can bet on getting an incredible meal at John Mull's Roadkill Grill. This family barbecue business has been smoking high-quality meats for more than 3 decades. Of all the smoked meats on the menu, the 16-hour cured applewood smoked house-made sausage hot links were what had Fieri absolutely raving. Hidden away in Raymond, New Hampshire is the aptly named Tuckaway Tavern, and it's a must-try. You could munch on steak tips from their award-winning butchery, or feast on one of their burgers, which have been named the best in the state by Yankee Magazine. Guy Fieri tried and loved a Tuckaway specialty, chili and cheese cornholes. You can get some delicious homemade diner classics at Johnny Prince's Bayway Diner in Linden, New Jersey. It's a casual joint that Guy Fieri once called one of his favorite stops on his show. During your visit, we advise you go big on the Monster Burger, which is stacked with bacon, cheese, and huge onion rings.
I don't know where the Bayway Diner is. Our office is in Linden, wasn't it? We had an office in Linden. I don't know where the Bayway Diner is. Don't think I've heard, unless I've just not paid attention.
When it came up, the Bayway Diner, I was thinking Tom's River, but that's an area, isn't it? The Bayway, I think.
But it's but when it says in Linden, our office was Linden.
Yeah.
Should know where it is. Well, no, it doesn't sound familiar to me.
Unless it
might not have been there then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
possibly.
not.
Located in the heart of Albuquerque, the slow-roasted Bocadillos restaurant has become a local favorite, serving up scratch-made artisan sandwiches. Guy Fieri's favorite was the homemade biscuits and green chili gravy. If that's not enough to get you to stop in, they also do a lot for the community. Bocadillos provides over 1,000 meals a day for local schools before opening up each day.
Nice.
The unique creations at Pies and Thighs in Brooklyn have been featured by numerous foodie publications, and they are racking up accolades left and right, from best donuts to biscuits to apple pie to fried chicken. If you want to go for Guy Fieri's favorites, try the pulled pork sandwich, chicken and waffles, or pecan crunch donut. At the Copper Penny in the beachside town of Wilmington, North Carolina, the menu offers upscale pub food and award-winning chicken wings. Fieri really couldn't control himself with the homemade beer-battered onion rings. And the spiky-haired host was also a huge fan of the hot roasted pork sandwich. Fargo, North Dakota is where you'll find local Hangout Pounds doing its own thing, and doing it well. The Pounds menu is an eclectic blend of burgers and bar food, plus loaded mac and cheese combos alongside healthy superfood bowls. Indulge on the barbecue porker loaded mac and cheese, which Guy Fieri couldn't get enough of. Lucky's Cafe in Cleveland is as farm-to-table as it gets. Not only are many of the ingredients used locally sourced, but they grow much of their own produce in a garden that's right out back. The Reuben sandwich, scratch-made start to finish, actually left Guy Fieri speechless. Another celebrity chef, Michael Simon, swears by the biscuits and gravy at this joint. For the best burger in Oklahoma City, if not the whole state, head over to Nick's Grill and get your spot in the inevitable line that will be spilling out the door of this tiny no-frills joint. Try out the onion burger, Nick's version of which starts out with a whopping half-pound of beef, which is piled up with onions and served with a basket of fries. It had Guy Fieri saying,
Look great, man. With all the juice running off that, you can't beat that. That's what a burger's supposed to be. Onions are killer. No frills, straight up quality.
For some of the best seafood you can find in the Pacific Northwest, check out Fisherman's Market in Eugene, Oregon. The restaurant and fish market serves up some of the freshest seafood you can find in the region. When you visit, don't skip the crab dinner, and be sure to also try the Cajun crawfish pie, comfort food wrapped in a flaky crust and served alongside perfectly cooked smoked salmon. When Guy Fieri rolled through downtown Philly in 2011, Honey's Sit and Eat decided to impress him with their next-level take on old-school Frito pie, 2 ways. It's no longer a permanent menu fixture, but it seems like they bring it back sometimes, so keep an eye on their Facebook page.
What are Fritos?
They're like little corn chips. Have you had them?
But didn't we have them here?
Never heard of
Didn't we do them when we tried? Didn't we buy Fritos?
No.
Cheetos?
No.
No, Fritos are like little half,
Yeah.
like, little, like, the crisps.
Like
that you
Quavers
eat.
almost look like.
No, they're like more like half of a hula hoop.
Yeah, correct.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they've got like little scoops, but I just noticed then that obviously they're piling all the sauce on top of that.
Yeah.
This is what I miss though about, I don't want to say loads of stuff I miss about America, but you know, remember when we last went back, when we went back Thanksgiving a couple of years ago, and we stayed in where the Stone Pony is.
We stayed in Asbury Park.
Asbury Park. But you remember when we walked down the boardwalk and I dived into that like nice looking bar?
Yeah.
And you could sit at the bar and he was bringing me menus over, and I was just sat at the bar thinking, I can see the sea out that window. I'm in a pub. I'm drinking Stella. You're bringing me food over. I'm just sat at the bar thinking, this is how it should be.
So we had Stella?
Yeah.
Was it Stella?
Yeah.
You had?
But it's like I'm
You
sat
sit
there.
eat food at the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sit at the bar to
Sit at the bar to eat food, and that was to me, that's what I like doing that. I'm not asked about sitting down at tables and stuff. And if I can sit at a bar with a TV in front of me, with footy on, or any kind of sport, with a beer, Gaynor with me, and all that, just chatting nonsense, eating while I'm drinking, chicken wings, whatever they want to put in front of me. That's me made in heaven, innit? That's my heaven.
It's normally what you order. So.
That's my heaven. The odd shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, why not?
But sitting down at tables and having to get up and down does me nothing.
Yeah.
But sitting at the bar like that is just, for me, it's just
Yeah,
paradise.
the bars are so big that everybody sits around the bar. It's huge.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry though, the food on their current menu, a mix of Jewish favorites and Southern comfort food, is also excellent. Italian Corner in East Providence, Rhode Island is as authentic as it gets when it comes to Italian delis, with the recipes, the equipment, the ingredients, and even the chef himself all straight from Italy. Guy Fieri recommends the handmade tortellini doused in bolognese sauce, and the brissato sandwich that has house-made roast beef piled up on freshly baked bread. At Early Bird Diner in Charleston, you'll want to try out their version of chicken and waffles first. It may not be the most original dish, but the popular Coastal Brunch Spot's flavor spin on it had Guy Fieri raving. Another top seller on the menu is the fried pork chop with a homemade pepper jelly, which is so good, Fieri dubbed it officially ridiculous. Fieri's show has taught us that you can find great regional cuisine in the most unlikely places. Exhibit A, the spicy and flavorful jerk chicken from Oh So Good restaurant in Garrettson, South Dakota, a place quite a ways from the Caribbean. Along with the colored greens on the side, Guy Fieri was absolutely loving it. Moss Tacos Por Favor in Nashville, Tennessee has been serving up tacos and more since the 1970s, and the dish to go for is the tamales. Locals love them, and Fieri is right there with them. The tamales didn't get all the love though. The host also praised their tacos as well, even the vegetarian options.
I'm not kidding you. Look at that grin right there. I know.
Texas barbecue is legendary, and Pecan Lodge in Dallas has some of the best. The signature dish is beef brisket, of course, and Pecan Lodge smokes theirs for up to 18 hours, then serving it with house-made barbecue sauce. This Texas joint is also serving up something called the Hot Mess, a sweet potato smothered with brisket, chipotle cream cheese, and butter. You know a restaurant that has been around for 90 years has to have delicious food. Ruth's Diner, which holds the title of second oldest restaurant in the state of Utah, is named for the woman who ran it for nearly 60 of those years. The huge menu offers all kinds of comfort food and diner favorites. But Guy Fieri really loved Ruth's famous Mile High biscuits, which are truly huge. It gets cold up in Burlington, Vermont, but you can warm up and fill up at Bluebird Barbecue, which has been named the best barbecue in the state by multiple publications. At Bluebird, you'll get more than just pulled pork, ribs, and scratch-made sides. They've also concocted their own fusions, like Pitmaster Ramen, which is sort of like beef ramen, but on a whole new level. The Jewish deli Pearlie's Restaurant and Delicatessen in Richmond, Virginia, has had locals singing its praises for nearly 60 years. They make everything totally from scratch, and offer menu items featuring traditional flavors with unique twists, like their potato and duck pierogies, or the Jewish egg rolls stuffed with corned beef and sauerkraut. Next time you're in Seattle, Washington, you've gotta hit up a little joint called Mike's Chili Parlor. You could go there almost purely for nostalgic purposes, since they've been serving their secret recipe chili in Seattle since 1922. It's not just historic, though. Guy Fieri once called this place one of his favorite Triple D restaurants. Perhaps one of the most unique eateries on this entire list is Hillbilly Hot Dogs in Lesage, West Virginia. From the inside of old school buses in the middle of a makeshift junkyard, a husband and wife.
Was that loads of coleslaw on top of it?
I don't know what it was. It was huge, whatever it was.
Is Hillbilly Hot Dogs in Lesage, West Virginia.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It looked like coleslaw on top.
Yeah.
From the inside of old school buses in the middle of a makeshift junkyard.
Some of these places, you know, when you eat at them, they look shit.
Yeah.
Right? And they look like you walk past them and you think, nah.
I've said that before on here. I think, like, why is the best food always at like such small and crappy looking restaurants?
Do you know why? Because they're using what you're used to. I mean, especially me, you know, coming from a council estate type thing. It's like you're used to that sort of like low end food, and they dress up low end food to be delicious because they're real proper homemade chefs.
Yeah.
You know, home cooked chef type thing. When you call them.
And it's like this food that they've been cooking their whole life.
Correct. And it's recipes that have been passed down that are successful.
Yeah.
So the recipe does well and the food does well, so you know it's going to continue to do well. And people always want that home cooked food by going out.
It's not even the home cooked food. It's if you cook good food, you don't need to be in a big posh place.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, your overhead's going to be more.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd way prefer going to some of these dives and, you know, diners sort of thing than going to a 5-star, you know, Michelin star hotel, restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, you know, as long as you can get, like I say, as long as you can get the beer and get the food you like.
As long as it's clean, you don't care.
Exactly. Some of them are not even clean. That's what adds to it. Dirty knives and forks and everything. I'm like, yeah, get in.
Junkyard. A husband and wife are creating some of the most seriously outrageous and delicious hot dog combos, like the Pine Appalachian dog, as well as the almost 1 pound homewrecker, a deep-fried treat that Guy Fieri enjoyed on the show. Delta Diner in Mason, Wisconsin is everything you would imagine a classic roadside diner should be. From the retro sign out front to the long row of stools at the counter, and a menu full of biscuits, pancakes, burgers, and malts. Guy Fieri dug into the homemade biscuits with red-eye gravy, and it had him singing its praises. At the foot of the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone National Park, Jackson, Wyoming is a growing destination town in America, thanks to its proximity to nature and its destination-worthy food. It's where you'll find Café Genevieve, a quaint and cozy spot serving up refined American fare like bison chili, tiger shrimp hush puppies, and their now infamous pig candy, the eatery's house-made candied bacon. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about the best restaurant destinations.
That's kind of a good intro to Guy Fieri's, what is it, diners, drive-ins and dives.
Yeah.
So he's literally been to every state and tried food in every
what a job,
state.
just going around and just trying food.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was about 9 stone when he started.
Little skinny guy.
Yeah.
He was M&M when he started.
Yeah.
No, he looks like an M&M.
Yeah.
So he don't go around and critique them. He goes around and tries the food and says,
he gives
like,
his
rates
opinion.
it kind of thing.
Rates his opinion. I've not watched it for years.
No.
I've not seen it for a long time.
It used to be on the Food Network.
Yeah, I've not seen it for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's makes you think that, you know, one of the things that keep cropping up in these videos is biscuits and gravy, and we've never really had them, have we? I know we've tried them. I'm sure I have, but I don't remember it. But I think what we should all do, and this is down for the people in the comments to let us know, is if we fly into the USA, it's got to be East Coast because we'll have to do it on a weekend.
Yeah.
Have to be a quick weekend. Leave here Friday, come back Sunday type thing, and we go and try biscuits and gravy. Where should we do it?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's loads of other stuff we can try whilst we're there and all.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm going for originally, is to try biscuits and gravy. So I need to get the best biscuits and gravy. Then I'm going to hit Philadelphia no matter what and get some Philly cheese.
Yeah.
Stock up on that, so I'm sick of it.
New York pizza.
The New York pizza.
Yes.
But then, you know, some
Or
more.
if we just go up to Chicago and try a deep dish.
Yeah, but we've got to go East Coast, I think.
Yeah.
Just for the timing sort of it all, the flight times. So
Yeah.
we do some of that. So let us know if you, number one, if you want us to come. Number two, where's the best place on the East Coast we can go and get some biscuits and gravy.
Definitely.
Yep.
delicious.
Other than that, there you have it. Let us know if you want us to do more of the best diners, drive-ins and dives, and we'll do with the actual show if people want to see that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon channel as well, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Bye.